Take two. Welcome. Welcome.
I feel like a fucking idiot, but
to
all right.
To the Sports U podcast. We already did an intro, so we're warmed up here a little bit more. Sorry if we too hyped about that.
Oh,
we
man.
got Big Gift right here.
Big grip, big gift, drip to Trevor's walk. Big Stevie in the cut.
Look at him on the other side. How we doing, my guy?
We living good, bro. How y'all feeling?
I'm right,
doing
man.
well. I'm
Another
doing
day.
well. And of course, you have Rob on the mic here. Welcome to the Sports U podcast, episode 70. 70 of them things, right, Gift
70
man?
of them things,
and he
man.
clicked this
Whole
one
lot of
this
pop
time.
shit.
Yes, sir.
70 of them. 70 of them. Welcome to the Sports U podcast. Like I said beforehand, where we read you sports news.
And you listen to our stupid ass opinions.
Yup. The Sports U crew is back. We always like to get into our quick hits, our sports headlines, stuff that we like to emphasize to let our Sports U nation know about what's going on in sports. So,
What's the first one, Robbie?
without further ado, let's get into the quick hits. For the first one here, we like to do a little recap of our last show. All the matches that we talked about, that was really interesting.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this first one between the Bucks and the Nets. The Bucks beat the Nets in OT.
Hey,
after...
man, I'm glad we was all right on that one.
Oh,
man.
we were close. We were close to
I
not
love
being
a good
right
unanimous.
because it happened before where the Nets actually beat the Bucks without KD.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Because weren't we all wrong that time?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were all
That
like,
was
it's the Bucks, it's the Bucks, it's the Bucks.
Yeah.
But the
That was
Bucks
crazy.
beat the Nets in OT after a game-tying three from Giannis Antetokounmpo to go to OT.
It was a step back, too. That's
Ice in his
crazy.
veins.
Nice. I think a lot of people said it about Giannis.
Once he learns how to shoot, it's over.
It's
Yeah.
over for everybody.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
Once you give him that space and he has that confidence and he does it. He likes to dribble into
right
it.
now, he's definitely
Oh,
got the
yeah.
confidence on the jumper. Bro.
Yeah.
And
Man.
we'll be talking about the Bucks a little bit later for the Rob's Red Pill, Blue Pill Power Rankings. Gift and bring in the next one.
Man, Wolves backup cats talk and show resilience on the road
Resilience,
win
that
against
word.
the Denver Nuggets. Also making a playoff push. Also making playoff spots more interesting. And damn, I said that. I said the Nuggets was gonna win, and
I did,
boy, they got by 6. It is what it
Yeah.
is, though. I'm a man.
They got
of,
him.
you know, they got him.
Yeah.
It was a great game, though. Great
Facts.
game, but man,
High scoring as hell too.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
very high. 136 to 130.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Anthony Edwards starting off 6 of 6.
Yeah.
At 16 points. And then the rest of the game, in the first quarter, that was the first quarter, shitted the bed pretty much.
Yep.
Didn't make another shot after that. Made a couple free throws.
Nope.
And that's pretty much it. But it was good enough to spark him, and they got the win behind Cats. I think he had like 32. I think he had 32. The next one here, I'll bring it in because it's my Miami Heat, baby. Handle the Bulls handedly, of course, as Chicago continues to struggle with tough last games of the season.
Oh, we was right about that one too.
Yeah, everybody was right,
Yeah,
even
hey,
though in the
2
comments,
unanimouses.
they weren't letting you
y'all
have
trying
it.
Y'all was trying to cook us,
Yeah.
cook me and my guy over here
I mean,
for no reason. Ain't nobody said about no punk ass Vucevic,
Vucevic.
whatever his fucking name is. Ain't nobody said nothing about him. Double
Oh,
machine.
man.
You know who else is double machine? It ain't nothing either. Christian Wood, but it is what it is.
Christian Wood.
Let me say something. I was one of the people that said Vucevic to the Bulls is actually a really good move. He can make
I
a
agreed.
lot of room for
We
for
all agreed.
Levine.
It looked
But
like
that guy
a good
got
move.
hurt.
Yeah.
But come on, man.
He
Like
hasn't done much.
Vucevic hasn't done anything. Double machine, yeah, but who else
Bro,
is a
Derrick
double
Jones
machine? That I know
Jr.
of?
is playing more center than Vucevic.
Man, I forget.
How you feel about that one, buddy?
Well, how about, I don't know. Like, how about Sabonis? You know, like Sabonis is a former All-Star, double
Man.
machine. Like, you don't really hear us going crazy about him either.
Yeah.
No.
When he was traded to the Pacers,
Exactly.
nothing really happened there.
Kings,
so.
Kings.
He got traded to the Kings from the Pacers.
Oh, excuse me, he got traded to the Kings.
Yeah.
But,
It's all good, big dog. That's what I'm here
still
for.
hasn't
Worse.
really.
That's what I'm here for.
happened.
Dolphins extend Xavier Howard 5 years, $50 million in new money, and trade Devontae Parker within the division
Within
to
the
the
division.
Patriots for a
Dang.
third. And
Not even this year's
really,
draft.
when
Next year's draft.
I
Yeah,
want to
it's next
ask you,
year's.
Patriots
What's up?
fan, how do you feel about that move?
I'm pretty good with it, honestly, bro.
Yeah.
We're not losing a pick, really, bro. And honestly, yeah, he's not a bad receiver.
That's
He's
not,
just been hurt.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
He's
not,
just been hurt.
Yeah.
He only played 10 games.
And
I
I don't
last year.
think, and considering the moves that the Dolphins have made, he might not be a fit for like what they're doing moving forward either, bro. because like you see all the speed receivers they have right now.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
That's probably the look they're trying to have.
Bro,
I like that.
Honestly,
That's a good one.
One thing I wanted to mention was the red zone game between the Dolphins. Hopefully, Tua gets his shit together, but the red zone, they can have a crazy red zone game.
Well, I don't know
Between
about red
Xavier-
zone, right? Because
I'm just
like
saying-
are you saying on the defensive side?
Scoring wise,
Well,
when they get into the red zone.
well, I'm saying like
Xavier Howard's a corner.
yeah.
Who am I? Oh no, well I was.
You mean Tyreek Hill?
Tyreek Hill and
Jalen Waddle?
Yeah,
For me,
Sorry.
I feel like they're more
Excuse me.
stretching the field.
That's
They're
They
not
get-
really red
I
zone
feel
guys.
like-
Mike Gesicki's more red zone guy, which is their tight end.
I feel like they
He's
got the best
nice.
of both
He's
worlds,
nice.
though. I feel like they got the best of both worlds.
Hey man, if you're able to do a little
Depends
swoop,
on what Tua is able to do with him.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
yeah, it all depends on Tua, right? And we'll
Yeah.
talk about the Dolphins a little bit later. We got some interesting things to talk about just that division again. It's kind of getting more competitive. But let's get on to the next one here.
Oh, no,
One
it
that I like
is.
to emphasize is definitely getting more competitive. Colin Kaepernick has a throwing exhibition yesterday in front of the NFL scouts looking for a chance to play in the NFL. I'm going to
Man.
just say this real quick. Seattle has been on record of always trying to get into that.
Go ahead and
so-
mention Seattle.
Oh, so they don't
Go
like,
ahead and
oh,
mention
so they don't like Drew Lock?
Wait, hold up. The Panthers, him, and what was the other one? I think it was the Ravens. Just as a backup role, they had this type of fan base to take it on. But Seattle, you might see something with that. I kind of like that fit. They got nothing to lose.
Bro,
They got nothing to lose.
I'm gonna need you to stop. Seattle, no. Pete Carroll talking out the side of his neck with Colin Kaepernick, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard any of these interviews he's been in, bro. He's over here saying Colin deserves a job. He's saying all the right things about Colin, but
not
not
doing
we're
anything.
bringing. He ain't said we're bringing him in.
Exactly.
He's not offering him a
Did
job.
he give him a tryout?
So Pete Carroll, what are you telling us? Nothing new.
No. How about
He's
you,
just
Gifted?
flapping his gums.
Yeah. Any thoughts on this?
Somebody just signed him already, man. Like we keep.
You
giving
think so?
Him, we keep giving him workouts. We keep
I'm
giving him
not-
workouts.
I'm not saying he doesn't deserve a chance. but
Somebody
yeah.
sign. Somebody
Give
sign
him
him.
just- yeah.
It's been what has it
If
been?
you-
3 years? It's
if
been
we-
three.
if we
Five,
can-
has it been? No
It's
way.
been a-
It's
been a
been
while.
5
5.
years since he's played.
If we
Somebody give him a job.
At
if we
least
think
5.
What are
about
we waiting for?
the people that were given chances and we're not giving him a chance, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But think about it this way, and the owners really think about this part. If it's gonna affect your ticket sales, you're playing with the owner's pockets at that point.
Facts.
So that's
Yeah.
where they don't like it, and it can also bring in tickets for people that do support it. So overall, it's a flippable coin, but
Yeah.
you can also sign somebody else who might be a little bit more of a higher potential, I guess you could say, because
I feel
And
it.
less
less
a lot of young
controversial,
quarterbacks.
probably.
Less
and if
controversial,
they
but
suck,
man,
they're still not gonna get
But-
no
but
job back.
dog,
But
it-
imagine if Colin Kaepernick comes in and he sucks, and then you lost all those tickets and he sucks.
Well, yeah. If he
They took
comes,
that chance for
if he comes
nothing.
in and he's not good, they're gonna hold it against him much
God,
more.
I
Yeah.
than,
hope that
like-
doesn't happen.
They would hold it against him much more than if it was like
It's gonna be a lot of media
some
stuff.
random
Yeah.
guy like Josh McCown coming.
The
back.
the media wants a story to talk about, and
Pat
they'll
McAfee.
be douches about it too. Rams signed Bobby Wagner to a
Man.
5-year, $50 million
Bag.
deal,
I think you called it.
65
Bag.
with the incentives.
Some-
Hey,
it's
he
a nice
met
deal.
with the couple. He met with the couple. I'm so happy. I said it in that first video. Check out the last video about it
About
on
to
YouTube.
Stick it to Pete.
I'm very yes. We just talking about Pete Carroll. We were talking about how he has a bigger head. Let's get really
It's
into
crazy
that.
how a 70-year-old has a bigger head than.
No, I'm
your
saying
star-
I'm saying like the middle linebacker, like Bobby Wagner. He has a
Oh.
not necessarily ego, but like in a good way. Like
Yeah.
let's stick it to him. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay,
For
okay.
lack of a better way of saying it, like it. I have a lot of confidence with myself, like, and I'm gonna prove it to this guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
see you twice a year, and I'm gonna wreck some shit.
Nah, shout out to bro. Shout out to bro for getting
That
the
O line
bag.
ain't stopping him.
Yeah,
2, shout out to
they got to
shout
deal
out,
with AD.
shout out to him.
Now him.
Staying in the division so you can stick it to your old coach twice a year.
You got
Good
right
luck,
about
Drew Lock.
old.
Yeah, good
Double
luck, Drew.
old. Double old. Drew
Good
Lock.
luck, DK.
But let's get into the NBA.
The reason why we do the damn show in the first place. Yes, sir.
It's always fire in the NBA, but we got a couple matchups here that we feel like we definitely want to talk about. So we got the first matchup here. I'll bring in this one, Gift, and you can bring in the next one.
Gotcha.
The Memphis Grizzlies at the Utah Jazz Tuesday at 9 p.m. Put the camera on me, Gift, man.
I got you.
The double is used for when we arguing. But I want this right here because this is the intro. The Utah Jazz. They face the Utah Jazz Tuesday at 9 p.m. There's no games on Monday, which is unfortunate.
Weird.
So we're gonna have to have a couple games on the same day.
Oh, maybe because of the championship.
It's not. Is it Monday? No. Hold on. Keep talking.
Okay.
National championship, I think, is Monday.
And
if so,
Steven wanted to talk about that a little bit.
Talk about that real quick.
The Utah Jazz have been caving within themselves. There seems to be a loss of chemistry that continues to spiral downward between Gobert and Mitchell. We actually seen a stats that said he averages 2 passes a game to Rudy Gobert.
That's
only 2. And average that the top 2 was Bojan Bogdanovic with 9, and then the other one was
oh my God, it is tomorrow.
Royce O'Neal with another 9. And then it was Conley at like 6, and then 4 to like Jordan Clarkson, I think it was. So the supporting cast in Bogdanovic or Bogdanovic,
that's
and
a pretty strong stat, bro.
that's crazy.
Especially when you look at the numbers that everyone else has.
But if you watch the games and then they do give it to him, he's not doing nothing. That's why
also,
you don't pass it to him.
Also, because I can show you a clip of it. They fail to recognize when Rudy Gobert has a decent mismatch that he for sure can get a bucket.
But
he had
you
Klay
think
Thompson.
for sure, right? For sure, there's
he
so
had
many.
Klay Thompson on him.
There's so many times where he doesn't
That's
convert.
a flip a coin.
No,
It's disgusting. Maybe he gets
It's
double
a
teamed and he
flip a
gets scared.
coin
It's,
with
it's
Klay
bad.
Thompson on him.
Why
bro.
do you think I'm like, who the fuck? Where's a Rudy Gobert jersey? And if you do got one, we need to get you on the pod. We need to get you on the pod.
I need a Utah fan on the pod.
I need
And
you
a
to come
therapist.
in.
Comment below if you're a real Utah Jazz fan. We gotta talk to you. We gonna set it up Skype or something.
I'm burning
bro.
it. I'm
gotta
burning your
talk to
jersey.
you.
I need to get one so we could just burn it. I think that'd be a lot of fun. But anyway,
It's a waste of
I
money.
wouldn't invest.
the supporting cast in Bogdanovic and Conley seem to disappear in the closing moments of the games. Those guys perform really well first 3 quarters, fourth quarter. They seem to kind of disappear. Here is a crazy stat. The Jazz have lost a total of 32 games this season so far. Almost half of those have come after double-digit leads. So they're blowing, and not just recently, many games this season after a big lead.
This has been who they were the last 2 years under the surface, bro.
No, okay.
Under the
The
surface,
last
bro.
2 years, yeah.
They
for
choked
sure.
against Denver that year when Donovan Mitchell they were up 3-1 and Donovan Mitchell was dropping 50
Okay.
and all
Yeah,
these
that
other
was
games,
tough.
They
bro.
lost in the bubble,
they
but the
lost.
bubble was crazy though.
That's
Game
what I'm talking
7,
about.
but
And then last year, Clippers chased them down.
The Clips.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I
just
don't think
PG.
highly of the Clippers. Yeah, with Terrence Mann beat them, bruh.
That's true.
Come on now.
that's still
true.
so crazy because he even asked Rudy Gobert afterwards. He's like, "Yeah, the game plan was to let Terrence Mann shoot." No, the game plan is you need to sit your big ass down somewhere, bro, and go
Yeah.
put somebody else. What?
Well, let me ask you guys this
let
question.
Terrence Mann shoot?
Well, let me ask you guys this
I
question here.
mean,
Can
He
the
was
Jazz?
fucking him up like
he
5 of 5.
did. No, he did. But
Everybody knows
considering who Terrence was coming into that game, I feel the game plan, but there's no way y'all can stop him.
After he dropped more than 20, you better somebody lock
That's
up
what
that
I'm like,
man.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all couldn't stop him after a certain
Can
point.
the
What are you
Jazz
doing?
win against the gritty Grizzlies on their home court? The Jazz's home court. It's at Utah. To come closer to home court advantage in the playoffs. As of right now, they are the Mavericks have a 2-game lead for the 4 seed on the Jazz.
It is well. Memphis has the 2nd seed already.
Yeah.
They clinched it.
No.
He
The
was
Mavericks.
saying the
They're 2
Mavericks
games
and
away from the
Jazz,
Mavericks.
They're still
Yeah,
shaking
yeah.
around.
So the Mavericks have home court advantage because they're the 4 seed. They're the 5th
Yeah.
seed right now, the Jazz. But there's a 2-game lead with about 4 games left.
Yeah.
So let's start with you, Steven. Can the Jazz win against these Grizzlies at home?
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I don't see being 100% honest. I don't see it looking pretty. There's nothing right now to make me feel like the Jazz have it there. Like even like watching their body language and even in the games they're losing, bro. It doesn't look good.
He's a
It
Lakers
look-
fan, so he knows about body language.
Bro, Donovan Mitchell looks,
He looks-
like
he
somebody
looks
ran
awful.
his dog over.
He
bro.
looks awful.
every
Oh.
time they lose.
And even the game where they're like not well, like and even if you're watching the games and the situations where they're not passing Rudy the ball, that's literally it. If you're looking at how the defense is being set up, it looks like they're playing it to where they're making him give Rudy the ball, and they're still choosing not to, and that's like It's blowing everything up. Can't do like
I said, oh, Lord
It's sick.
Jesus, it's a fire.
There's a fire in there, man. It's a dumpster fire right now. Gifton, what
I'm
do you have to
surprised
say?
they're still in their standings at
Yeah.
this point, bruh. Because we've seen, like for the last 2 months they've been in free fall, and we've kept saying it. I'm surprised they're still in this position. Really.
Well, they have a lot of good. They have a great supporting cast. It's just,
No,
it's
they
just
They
uncharacter.
do.
It's
They
just like,
do.
come on,
They
man.
do. They do.
We expect so
They
much
do.
more, especially from you guys in the closing moments. You guys perform so well throughout the whole game, and then you just play like a whole different team in those closing moments.
Yeah.
Gifton, who do you got in this one?
Honestly, I don't think anything that can the Grizzlies. The like I said, like last week or the last or 2 episodes ago, the Grizzlies don't care who's in front of them. They're all playing their ass off.
And
they
they-
all have great team ball play.
They got a taste of them last year.
And they got a taste of them last year. And then I think you alluded to it like pods ago. The Jazz are just a facade. They are a
Frauds.
facade. They are frauds. They are nothing but frauds. You can be in the 1st seed. You can be in the 4th seed. It doesn't matter.
Second round exit.
Second round exit. They're done. It doesn't matter. So
Hey,
I'm
you got
Memphis easy. Blowout.
Y'all
Blowout.
know how I love to argue with these guys, man. I love it.
Uh-oh.
So
Come on.
I'm gonna
Argue.
be honest
Say
with you.
it.
What are you gonna do?
Say it.
What?
Say it.
I got the Jazz.
Damn.
Well, oh no, not Don DeMarco, dog.
Help him.
Sorry about it. Here's the
pod's
reason why.
over.
He's going for
hey,
Rudy.
like I said, I love to argue with you guys.
Who the fuck buy a Rudy Gobert jersey? Now you about to go buy one.
Well, let me say this much. These guys, right? Okay. The Grizzlies. I know. I gotta really make up this. So the Grizzlies, right? They just, like you just said, they locked up this number 2 seed, right? These guys
Convincingly.
really
Forcibly.
don't really have that much to play for. In these moments, they don't have that much to play for.
Say that again.
The Grizzlies don't have much to play for right now.
Well,
What do you mean by
yes.
that?
and,
They already locked
like,
up the
'cause
second seed.
They have
And there's
secured
no
their
way of them
position.
getting
They're not gonna get
the
past.
first seed.
Obviously, but
Yeah,
So for me, the Jazz are always really good at home. They're a different type of team when they're at home. For me, the matchups look pretty good too. If you look at how the teams stack up between one another. So there's all this criticism. Once you get a fire lit under your ass and you have all this motivation and you're at home, I'm sure the fans know exactly what the fuck they're in right now.
Yep.
If we know,
Fan shit.
and you know them Utah fans, they pretty nasty. So
racist.
I think that they're really gonna come in here, perform. They have a really deep staff. Like I said, once again, Mike Conley has been doing a lot better. In the beginning of the season, he wasn't there. He was injured, and now he's come back. Now he's starting to get into his own. And again, if all they have to do is just continue the roll from the first 3 quarters. Now, if they're doing that in the first 3 quarters and they have the crowd behind them,
Shouting racial
come
slurs?
on, you got to be in there. What's up with you bringing that shit up every single time, bro?
Because it's true.
It sucks.
Nah,
It
bruh.
sucks that
Utah
Utah's
is
like that. But I'm
Because
not
it's
They've
gonna.
had the
true.
racial
Hold on.
slurs.
What did they call Russell
I'm not
Westbrook?
gonna let.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
That
let
was in
one or
Utah.
2 bad fucking fans say everything about the Utah Jazz fans, because a lot of those fans most likely are not like that. I'm just gonna assume like that because I have a good heart. But let's talk about this much though. These guys are blowing 20-point leads. It's not looking good for them, but they have really something to play for right now. They have no choice but to come together, right? So for me,
I
at
hope
home,
so.
We'll see if
being
they
at
will.
home is big time for me. And then you're facing the Grizzlies without John Morant, and I know that
That's
Go
not.
ahead, you bring it in.
Yeah,
Bring in
That's
that
not the
stat.
problem.
I'm like, that's not as
20 and
facing
2.
worrying about John Morant is not what
20
you
and
should be
2.
worrying about
20
anymore.
20 and 2
Just
without
20
Morant.
and 2
Just
without
focus.
Morant.
Just know you're playing the Grizzlies. I don't think it matters anymore whether Ja's there or not. Just be ready.
Let me just bring up this last little fact on this. Head coach Snyder has been so frustrated with these guys that he's yelling, he's getting on them, trying to be a great coach because he is a good coach.
Mhm.
But there's just things that you can't really amend in that locker room right now, especially between Gobert and Rudy. I mean, Rudy and Gobert. But between Donovan and Gobert. But this guy's so frustrated that he has even lost his gum on the Chase Center floor, picks it up, and puts it in his mouth on the same play.
That guy's a savage.
Yeah,
Look,
that's pretty
3
gross.
second
Look,
rule.
bruh.
You know how livid you got to be to do that?
3 second rule.
Bruh, you can. I understand he going through it. The team Don't pick the gun.
Don't pick the gun.
Don't pick that gun back up, bro.
Throw that gum out, dog.
That's
Don't be
sick.
doing that. Gifton, bring in the next one for us, my
Man.
guy.
We got the Atlanta Hawks at the Toronto Raptors Thursday,
Ooh.
7 p.m. Eastern. Shout out to Steven because he made me realize this is a good game.
This is
Because
a
at
really
first
good
we was
game.
going to talk about the Knicks. Who gives a fuck about the Knicks?
I thought the Knicks were in I haven't been
My
watching them in a
soul.
while. We actually been talking about them a lot.
I low-key don't care about the Nets, but I'm gonna keep that to myself.
A little, damn, I said that. Gifton said that Kemba just wants his ring while he's on the Knicks. I remember that. But go ahead and
See how that ended?
Are you coughing or laughing? What is that?
go ahead and bring in the other one.
I can't decide.
Bring in the bring
my
in the
God.
intro, my dog.
The Atlanta Hawks are on a 5-game win streak
I
after
like it.
winning their biggest game of the season against the Nets. Damn, that's crazy. That's
Trey
their
cooked
biggest
them
game of the
niggas for
season.
sure.
Dude, did you see
122
how they won?
No,
Yeah,
that was
Trey
crazy.
cooked
Yeah,
them
Trey,
bro.
Trey
Katie
was doing
fucking
his
him
floater.
up. Bro, Katie was fucking him up, but Trey came through.
Trey came through.
The Raptors are also on
And
a
also their bench.
The Raptors are also on a 5-game win streak after the Magic. After the Magic game, 102-89. Two hot teams that have many interchangeable parts contributing to winning basketball. Raptors are the 5th seed with 4.5 games ahead of the Hawks. And damn.
You gonna say the question?
Yeah, because I was thinking like, okay, how do I want to say this? I don't care for either side because I mean they're both gonna lose the first
Wait, Bash,
round.
you gotta
per
ask the
se.
question, my dog.
Well, oh, sorry.
I'll ask it
Go
so
ahead.
you can answer because you look like
Yeah.
you're ready to answer that, bitch.
I was. high-key.
Which streaking team will continue to extend their win streak in their matchup, and because it is in Toronto? Who you got?
I was gonna take the Hawks for the game because if once Trae gets going, you can't stop him, bro. It doesn't matter who's in front of Trae. Like I like Fred VanVleet, I like Pascal Siakam, I like Scotty Barnes, but Pascal Siakam still just has a spin move. Fred VanVleet, I'm just saying, Fred VanVleet is like the legitimate hooper of the team,
like
and then
Hold
Scotty
up,
Barnes
like
is
Fred.
like he's coming into his own, but
My
it's
dog
not.
Pascal had 16 assists the other night, so maybe he's
That's
turning
cool.
around
That's the
and
only
passing
time,
out now.
That is the only time we're gonna see Pascal Siakam with double-digit assists.
Oh,
Seriously,
bruh, stop it.
we are, bro.
Bruh,
Wait,
Pascal is
bro,
so good.
Pascal Siakam is a 4-13 type of guy.
He's better. He's better than Christian Wood.
Oh, wow.
Oh, fuck! You got me there. Anyways, but honest, yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Hawks on that one.
Just because of Trae Young? That's it?
Yes, that's Atlanta. Atlanta is Ice Trae.
No, it's
yes,
not.
it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Bro, they have a really good bench.
So
We have a really good
So are
bench.
you
What happened to
trying-
us?
Who's we?
The Rockets?
Stop bringing up the Rockets!
who gives a fuck about your bench?
Woo,
You have 19 wins.
I love pissing these two guys off, man. We have 22, by the way.
Oh.
Let me answer this question because he's pissing me off.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Hawks. I'm gonna go with the
So
Hawks.
first
for
of all,
sure.
the Hawks have a great bench. You got Danilo Gallinari coming off. You got Lou Will putting in work in Atlanta. You
Back
have
home.
Big O, Onyeka Nkanku. I hope I said that right, of course. Like, come on, man. Like, these guys definitely all finished with a positive because you guys like plus minus. Positive plus minus on this game, on this last game, of course. And it was their bench more coming out because John Collins isn't playing right now. So,
wow,
Trae-
didn't
so
know that.
yeah, so Trae is really doing a lot of the heavy work. We already talked about him. He's leading the league in assists and points total, not points per game, assists per game total. So he's playing every game. He's in it for the long haul. They had their struggles throughout the season, but now they're on a 5-game win streak.
Yeah.
Going into this, though, the Raptors are winning or are leading the season series 2-1. And for me, I'm a really big Raptors fan because they have a lot of similarities to the Heat, where they have good depth, where they're all interchangeable, and they have a lot of people that can guard a lot of different positions. At least I'm bringing up a legitimate team.
They are similar.
That's
They are kind of
Woo!
similar
They're very similar.
because they don't have a star on their team either. Like really, like not.
No,
not a main star either.
So for me,
Alright,
so
hey,
for
fuck
me,
what I'm saying. I'm just here.
and then they're at their own home, so I think that's a really big deal too. So for me, I think these Raptors continue to roll. They're finding out who they are, And even though Coach Nate McMillan has their guys playing very well and awarding them in different ways, they had glasses of wine that he hands out at the end of the game. I really love this Raptors team. Again, they're finding their own type of way of doing things. Pascal is coming into his own once again, playing very well with all of his parts. I felt like he had a diminished role, and then now he's coming back and accepting it a lot more in the passing type of way, with, of course, that's career high 16 assists the other night. So I got the Raptors in this one. Fred VanVleet, OG, Scotty Barnes doing his thing, playing a very passive type of basketball, just because he does get a lot of attention and he really pushes the floor. So for me, they got a lot of length, they got a lot of defensive ability, and my boy Pascal, I really believe in him. I think that they're gonna win this and continue their their streak to 6 games. Steven, what do you got?
I'm gonna go with the Hawks, sir.
Ooh.
Yeah. I feel like for me.
Hey, every time y'all pick
bro.
the same
very
teams,
unnecessary.
every time y'all pick the same team, Rob comes out on top in the end, dog. Except for the Lakers. Well, I didn't pick the Lakers on that one.
I don't see how you would have picked. I don't see why you would have picked the Lakers, bro. I really don't. But
we're talking about the Lakers this episode?
No, it was just that one time.
I hope not.
It was that matchup.
Anyway, Stevie.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Hawks. Like, honestly, bro, I'm not saying this in like a negative way, but the Raptors are a long way from their championship roster. Like, not like
again.
It is like, I understand they're still trying to carry that mindset, and in ways they are, but overall, I don't think they're really gonna be. I don't think they're the better team than the Hawks. And I think the Hawks I think the mid-season stuff is what brought them down to begin with, and why they're fighting and clawing their way back in. Because the Hawks showed us some last season in the playoffs, and to me, that sticks with me more than like just these. It still sticks with me considering I've seen it. And if the Raptors get in the playoffs, yes, they're the championship team, but like that core together, we don't know what they're gonna do.
So if they get John Collins back, you think that they can get out the first round, but you don't see the Raptors being able to get out of the first round.
Well, I would need to see the seeds before I answered that question.
I would say so too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm just saying, generally
Honestly.
speaking, who has a better chance of getting out that first round? You would think the Hawks. So
Yeah.
well, I think it's kind of funny just because the Hawks have a better record, but hey, records usually don't mean that much. You see upsets all the time. One cool stat, especially when you're considering Trae Young and how much the Hawks depend on him, the Raptors send double teams at the highest rate in the NBA, so maybe they can get the ball out of his hands. And
Better
he can be
keep
less
up with
effective.
him.
Another really cool just fact to bring up, all time Raptors and Hawks 49 and 49.
That's pretty random.
Wow.
49-49. So
That's
who
interesting.
owns the ultimate record
Wow.
after this matchup?
All right.
It's a big deal. The Phoenix Suns at the Los Angeles Clippers Wednesday at
That's a
10
good one,
p.m.
high key.
You know what? I'm just really
I don't
excited
think
that Paul
everybody's-
George is back.
I don't think everybody's gonna play on Phoenix's side, but it's still a good game.
Well, I know Chris Paul is back, and
I
I
wouldn't
think it's
play him.
another way to. Well, you know, these are just tune-up games for the Suns now, right?
Yeah.
You know, they don't really
I
have anything to
think,
play for.
yeah.
The
It is
Clippers
and it
do.
ain't because, mind you, the Suns have done it twice now, where they've clinched early in the the season. So
I don't think it was as early last season though.
they had the second seed last season, didn't they?
No, they were number
They're in
one.
They
They're
were
number
number one. But
Wait, no, they weren't. They might have been the second. Yeah, they were the second seed.
They
The
were the
Jaws,
second
the
seed.
Jazz were number
the
one.
Jazz
Jazz
were number
were
one.
number
Mm.
one. Right, but I mean, so go ahead, Rob, because you were talking.
Oh
first.
no worries. I was just gonna bring it out. I wanted you to finish if you had something else to say.
I feel like Phoenix doesn't really have much to prove, so they don't really care about this game like that. So that's why, like, I would have picked the Clippers because Phoenix doesn't. We got the first seed. We got Chris Paul back. Everybody's healthy. Monty Williams. There's no way in hell Monty Williams is gonna play all the starters.
But you know, we were just saying about Josh Allen's kind of situation. Why ask people to be less aggressive? They can continue to play at
I don't
their
even wanna
ability, but maybe less minutes.
I don't
I would
even-
say that much.
I don't even want to
but
say
you're
it's
saying,
being
like,
less
there's nothing to play.
aggressive. It's pulling a pop.
Yeah.
Why the fuck am I gonna play
Not
Tim
play
Duncan after we got the first seed?
Well, let me bring this in.
You know
here.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me put this intro in real quick. With Paul George back, the Clippers already had a great comeback win against the Jazz. We already kind of talked about the Jazz's struggles on that, so maybe it plays into that. Not really about Paul George coming back. Then handed a loss to the Bucks without Paul George. The Clippers shot almost 61%. Threes made 23 out of 43, and the margin of victory was 34 points in a 153-119 win over the Bucks.
Mind you, none of the starters just really playing.
So I'm
that
like,
game.
I saw Giannis in like a V-neck.
Like, bro, I seen all the.
Hey,
I saw Giannis wearing a V-neck. I'm like, oh, okay.
I seen all the Clippers fans repost it after that game, and I was just like, yo, stop it.
I know.
Rocco will never have another night like that again.
I had to
bro.
bring it in like
No
that
way.
because I wanted people to get excited and then drop the hammer on them, and you guys did it for me. I love it. Yet this shows how the Clippers can take advantage of their depth and their chemistry. They've all been together for a long time. That's something that a lot of teams don't have. You're speaking to even the Raptors that it seems like they do, but they lost a lot of key pieces.
Yeah.
Don't forget about the championship winning coach, though, and Coach Ty Lue. I think that's a really big thing to inspire this team. Can Paul George and Ty Lue inspire the rest of the Clippers to win against the Suns, locking up the 8th seed, because that would officially, not put them in the play-in tournament? Gifton already picked the Suns for his reasons. Who you got here, Steven?
Well, when you're saying can Paul George and Ty Lue, I'm going to say Ty Lue can. Now, will Paul George deliver?
He's rested
Yeah, he's rested.
He's
You know
hella
what?
rested.
They might win.
because he took the night off against
You
the
know
Bucks.
what? Yeah, I'll say the Clippers might actually win.
Ooh.
Because realistically, bro, whether the Suns, like you said, they
Wait,
probably
no,
should.
whoa.
They probably should rest.
Yeah, I just thought of that. I said the Clippers would win this game because
You did?
Yeah, because I said there's
the
no
points he were making were for the Clippers.
They-
but
the-
yeah,
the
he
Phoenix-
said the
Phoenix-
Suns was gonna
Phoenix
win.
had- Did I?
You said the Suns would win, but your points were supporting the Clippers. I would say.
Oh.
It's all good, low
But
key.
yeah,
What are you
shit.
trying to do though? You can change it, whatever you want.
I mean, I meant to. Well, I thought I meant to say the Clippers are gonna win because Phoenix is gonna sit everybody. It's no four games left in the season. It's no point where I'm gonna play Chris Paul, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Jay Crowder,
Well, why
Cam
not?
Jordan.
It's not the last game of the season.
Why? I would love for them to come in with fresh
They
legs
have
into
at
the
least
playoffs.
65 wins.
No, it
already,
doesn't.
bro.
But it doesn't mean that you don't
There's no
have to have
point.
them
We
play
won.
a
We
lot.
won. We
They
won.
have
We won the war already,
65
though. You know what I'm
wins already,
saying?
bro.
Like
At
we won the
least.
war.
It's
We're
it's
good.
Probably closer to 70 than 65.
But
wins.
they're the Suns. Like literally, I think the other day they were asking about like, oh, you set like the franchise record for wins for the Suns, and Devin Booker was like, oh, like I didn't know that. You know what I
is
mean?
it?
I think he was at 60, and now they're at 65.
Oh, then like
That's what I'm
okay
saying.
then.
What are they
Yeah,
playing
so
for at
what
this
are-
point?
yeah, at
We're
this point, what
good.
are
We
they
just got
playing for?
CP back.
I mean, they're 9
We're
and 1 their last 10
good.
games.
It's the Clippers. Kawhi's not playing, so
Facts.
why are we worried about it?
Facts.
Really?
the Clippers. Okay, but you picked the Clippers, so
I
you know,
did,
whatever.
but I'm just saying
For
though,
those
like
things.
it's.
Do you think that they could still win without those three, the big three?
Could
for
they
the-
still
for the
win?
Suns?
No, because that big three is the team.
Oh, you're crazy about
I
that.
won't say-
There's a
I
lot of good
won't
players on
say-
that
Chris
team.
Paul and Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton aren't the
Look.
team.
Well, they're
They're not the team. Just answer that. They're
well,
not the team.
I'm
They
I'm
could
just saying
still
they're
win
still
without
winning.
him.
That they're winning without Chris
They could
Paul, and
still
he's the
win
most
without
important piece.
That's
It's
fine.
just Paul
they,
George.
They were missing Chris Paul.
It's
They
just
still
Paul
had
George.
Devin Booker
Paul
and
George
DeAndre
has that good depth,
Ayton.
though. They have good depth.
Who?
The Clippers.
They do have good. They,
They
have
do.
great depth.
They do. I'm not saying they don't, but again, I'm
Man, I
a
wish these
pandemic
Clippers
guy.
had Shea Gilgeous, man.
Oh my!
I wish they
him
had
instead
Shea
of Terrence
still.
Mann. Actually, him and
Him
Terrence
instead
Mann
of
would've been
him
cold
instead of
backcourt.
fucking Reggie Jackson. I'm sorry, bro. Like, let's keep it. 100.
Reggie's kind of
I
hooping though.
like Reggie.
I like Reggie,
but
Reggie getting the job
I'm not
done.
taking him over SGA. I don't give a
No,
No,
fuck.
obviously
I don't
not.
care what
but I
fucking
mean,
hooping he's
But
doing.
I mean, it's kind of an even exchange between the both of them.
No, it's not.
But you're only saying that because Shy is younger.
He's better. Shut the fuck up. He's better than Reggie. I'm sorry. You can give Reggie Jackson his credit. Shay's better.
how about
I
Terrence
said it
Mann?
was an even exchange.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Even exchange.
But let's even speak to his last game and how good their depth is. If Covington missed all of his 18 threes, they still would have beat those
That's
Bucks.
funny.
So, I mean, for me, this is a kind of a toss-up game. If they don't play those main starters, I mean, I definitely don't really feel like the Suns can win against these Clippers in LA. Even though they don't really have that much of a home crowd. But I really like Paul George being back. I think that, he kind of sets them over the top if they just play good basketball and they have something to play for. The Suns don't right now. If you're talking about 7-game series,
Yeah, the Clippers
it's
are
over.
fighting for the play.
The Suns are getting them. Yeah, they're in the 8th spot. They need to lock it up. I see the Clippers pulling this one out pretty, not easily, but again, there's just no fire motivation for the Suns. They're getting ready for the playoffs. Again, kind of like what Gifton was saying, rest. I don't think that Monty should go up and be like, hey, let's not do this and let's not work on that. But just let them get their time and let them get their work in, and then kind of let them pull themselves out. And
pull them halftime.
it'll be a good like tune up for the playoffs, especially against this type of opponent. You don't need to test yourself against these guys. You know what I mean?
Now that we think,
to see where you're
think
at.
about it too, because like we just mentioned the Clippers are fighting for that 8th spot, bro. That's another thing. They could be like, we don't really care right now because we might be facing them first round too.
Mm-hmm. And here's another thing. They're 3-7 in their last 10 games, and they're still in the 8th spot because that 9, 10, 11.
Because they fighting
12,
with the Lakers, bro. Come on now.
Yeah, the 9, 10, 11, 12 team, they're not that good. So overall, I just don't see it being a big deal. And it's going to be something that, of course, the Clippers need to win more than the Suns. So I think we're all sweep on that one, right? Go ahead and click it, Gifton.
Oh, yes, sir.
Got the Clippers. Hey, that's going to be your first for this pod and the only time we all get the Clippers, by the way.
Nah, facts.
If we do this again, I'm making an argument for the other team no matter what. We're talking about a 1 against the 8 seed, and we're just assuming that the other team's not going to really play or have that in them.
I mean, it's that time of the year. Everybody's kind of doing it.
Yeah, I don't know how many times you'll see me swinging a Clipper flag like that, my guy.
One thing, though, is I think out of all teams, speaking to you don't want people to get hurt or something like that, out of a lot of teams, I bet you somebody can get hurt against these Clippers because they kind of play their hearts out. You know what I mean? They just have that in them. At least for me, that's what I see when I watch the Clippers. They have all these kind of scrappy dudes.
I don't think about it when I watch them.
Okay. I don't even watch them.
Wait, do I watch them?
I don't even have cable. I don't even watch Clipper games.
Nah, we just don't get Clipper games here.
Exactly.
But let's get into the NFL part of the podcast. Gifton, I want to go ahead and have you bring. I'll bring this one in actually because I like this one, and then
I'll get the next one. I got
no. Steven gets the next one. he wrote it. He wrote it out. Let's let him get it. So the vet, offensive tackle Terron Armstead. He used to formerly play for the Saints, the New Orleans Saints. He has that culture in him for 9 years. He's heading into his 10th season. Plans to bring the roll with it mentality to the Dolphins. Now he's speaking about a lot of things that he had to roll with: injuries, losses in the family. He played on the same type of days. He was playing with a limp, different things like that. So it's all about taking what you can, rolling with it, and still being able to show that resilience that Cat was talking about, showing that hey, we're able to still roll with what we need and get the job done. And that's what the Dolphins need, right? That veteran leadership, that line to really protect Tua. So you got already the Dolphins acquiring speedy Tyreek Hill. They have that veteran presence of Armstead to help the O-line out, of course. Hopefully he can be the cornerstone and really help out the rest of that line. They extended top corner. We spoke about it in the quick hits, Xavier Howard. And to put a bow on everything, has hired Mike McDaniels, the former assistant coach or offensive coordinator to Kyle Shanahan.
I didn't know he went there. Oh, shit.
Mike McDaniels, not Josh McDaniels.
Still, though, Mike is okay.
Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure
Mike's
that
okay.
you understood the difference because I was like, Mike McDaniels, the keys to the car with all these weapons. This year is a make it or break it year for Tua.
Definitely.
Kind of like how we were speaking about Carson Wentz, Baker Mayfield.
Him especially.
And Dak Prescott, but he got injured that 1 year. And look what happened. He ended up winning in the end. But the other two definitely lost, and it was a break it year for them. So those are a couple situations that have been through the past. Let's hope that Tua can actually put some more, maybe not for Steven, because Steven has a team in this division, but bring it more competitive in that division. So this division is definitely getting tougher, and now that the GOAT has left, and it puts hope into other teams in that division. So now they're starting to go all in. So my question to you guys is, with all the young QBs in this division, do you see Tua proving himself and having the Dolphins make some noise in a projectable, tough division? Let's start with Steven, because, of course, his team is in this division. We got a little taste of how he feels about it already, but I'd love for you to continue.
Now, I said I'm not tripping off this nigga, but I'm just saying, as in, like, I don't fear he's a threat to, like, end our future. Like, it is what it is. But even, well, all right, for the Dolphins, bro, honestly, I feel like it might, because these last 2 years for them, they've been very close, but they get eliminated from the playoffs just because of tiebreakers and seedings and how shit jump out, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest, that's how they've been sent home these last 2 years.
Yeah.
So realistically, right. I don't know. So yeah, this next year, it's gonna take Tua really, like, delivering, bro. So based off of that, it's gonna be, do you believe Tua can deliver them to the playoffs? That's the real question here.
And so for you just said you're not really worried.
So go ahead.
This is okay. So, like, I think they like their defense. I think they have a good defense. I like their defense for sure.
Oh, for sure.
The receivers just got to step up for sure. I think Mike Gesicki's probably top 5 tight end. I mean, Terron, he is.
There's not a lot of good
no,
tight
no,
ends.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like,
he's good.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, Terron Armstead.
I'd have to think about
He's
that.
gonna help. He's gonna help their O line, but I don't know if that's gonna be enough for their entire O line. They got some running back upgrades, but again, if that O line's not doing it like together, then yeah, we'll see what's up. And yeah, if Tua can't get his guys the ball, that'll be an issue. At the end of the day, I have not been able to convince myself that they'll make it. So yeah, no, I don't think they'll make the playoffs next year.
Gifton, do you want to get in on this? Or you want me to go first?
Go ahead and go first, man.
So for me, remember when Tyreek Hill had Alex Smith at the helm?
Yeah.
Do you think that Alex Smith is better than Tua? I think Alex Smith is better than Tua. As of right now.
Yeah.
Tua has a better coach as a offensive side now. He has better tools, of course. With Brian Flores. Brian Flores is a defensive coach.
Yeah.
So
right now, yeah. I thought you
McDaniels.
were saying compared to Alex Smith
with Andy Reid. No. But you know, Mike McDaniels, this is his first time being head coach, and he was really telling Tua, like, this is my job. If you look bad, then I look bad. Like, it's my job to make you into the best quarterback that you can be. Now, again, I like the pedigree that Tua has. Hopefully he can be a good one. I love some lefty quarterbacks, bro. It's really exciting. Yeah, but let me say this much. I already have the Patriots coming out in the wild card, right?
That's what I'm saying.
And you have the Ravens, and then you have the Bengals competing in that same division.
Tight,
so that means that one of them has to take a wild card spot. So are those teams worse than the Dolphins? I don't see that happening, especially in the first year. Now, a lot of things will happen in the division. Do I think the other two teams, the Bills and the Patriots, will get the best of these guys, especially with Bill Belichick at the helm?
See, that's
Come on. Like, there's no way that these guys are going to be in the wild card spot, right? So that's how I'm kind of thinking. Now, you have Teddy Bridgewater behind him, so maybe that's going to put more pressure on him getting better. I mean, he already had Ryan Fitzpatrick take his job a couple times.
If Teddy Bridgewater starts for him in our division, it's over.
Yeah, of course. But I'm saying, like, Tua
it's over.
Needs to produce. He has some fire behind him. He has a new coach that, like, there's no excuses for him now, right?
No.
This is, again, a make it or break it year. This team also went on a 7-game win streak last year after a 7-game losing streak. So the potential is there. Yeah. The potential is there. Again, new head coach. It's about Tua. Can he be the difference maker? And if I'm going to put my eggs into either Mac Jones and that organization or a Tua in that organization, I got the Patriots in that aspect. So for me, and it's been a couple years with Tua already, right? You got to lead us to the playoffs at least.
This is his third year.
You need.
Or
That's
fall
what I'm saying.
short.
He's already he's in his third year, so he already had 2, right?
Or fall greatly short, like a Justin Herbert, Derek Carr type game.
Yeah, there you go. I like that too because I was just gonna say Justin Herbert hasn't made it to the playoffs, but he's really great, and look at what he even has great weapons too and a great roster. But the head coach was always kind of shit. Look at him this year; he still had to get used to it. But overall, it wasn't Justin Herbert's fault. Like that defense let up a lot. So we'll see how that goes. That's why they ended up trading for Khalil Mack. So anyway, that's besides the point. They were talking about the Dolphins. I just think that it's going to be a really good division to look at. Like. I'm going to compare them. Yeah, I just don't think that they'll make the playoffs as a whole. Skipton, what do you got?
You can't. It's not fair to compare teams to like teams in the past or like teams to who they are now.
Why not?
Because
history repeats itself. You can compare.
I mean,
why not?
It does and it doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what are you saying?
Well, because he was saying
I
like
think
history
it's perfect.
repeats itself, and I was like, it does and it doesn't.
Well, why not? Why not the Chargers? I think that you made a great comparison with the Derek Carr and Justin Herbert type deal because think about it. They had a new head coach last year. They had a great roster.
Yeah.
Like these guys have a great roster. Except the only thing is, it's not like we're depending on Justin Herbert to show out because Justin Herbert already did. Now we're trying to see if Tua is the guy.
You know what the problem is?
What?
Tua's not that guy at all.
I think that we all can agree on that.
It's just not that guy
I'm
at
saying
all.
he looks like he has a pedigree.
It's just like from the hip injury to the times that you were out there, you were seeing ghosts, overthrowing guys. You were too short. You were too late. Not.
I won't say.
I say that for everybody who's like
I won't
mid
say he was seeing
now.
ghosts.
But it's just Tua's just not that guy. Tua's just not that guy, and it sucks that it's a prove-it year for Tua because I don't know if he's gonna have a job after this season. Really.
He will.
He'll have a job.
Still should.
But
but as a backup QB, who wants to be a backup QB?
Some guys have done it, bro.
I just don't think. I mean, Mariota's done it.
I mean, but
and now he's on
where's Marcus Mariota? What is Marcus Mariota done in his career?
Keenum.
What is Marcus Mariota done in his career?
Keenum.
They're gonna draft somebody.
The Falcons?
Keenum.
Don't get me started on Case.
He's a backup, bro.
And then
that's what I'm saying.
And then he led him to a NFC, right? No, AFC championship.
He's still a backup today, though. That's what I'm saying.
No, NFC championship. Excuse me. I'm just saying.
Well, backups is there to get the money. If we being honest.
Well, he'll have a job.
That's why Andy Dalton and Ryan Fitzpatrick still got jobs. They're just there getting bread, really.
But you said he didn't have a job, so he'll have a job.
No, that's what I'm. Tua's not the guy where like. If he doesn't make it or break it this year, I don't think he's even going to be a backup in the league.
Oh, you're crazy.
Well, I won't go that far.
He's the guy who protects the ball.
That's cool.
He doesn't.
I got a lot of other guys that can protect the ball and spread the sugar out. Anyways,
I don't know
there's
about
a lot
that
of.
one.
All right.
Here's the thing though. It's a tougher division. I think that there'll be a hard win to get. But they definitely won't be better than the Patriots nor the Bills, and I do not see them being better than the Ravens or the Bengals to get that second wild card spot.
Even if we bring in it, and then the AFC West too, bro, like that division could borderline have 2 to 3 teams coming out too. So it's like it's just gonna be. It might just be too tight.
And then there's an extra wild card spot, right? I think I'm fucking up. There is an extra. There's 3 wild card spots. Yeah. Okay. So now, because they changed that last year. Maybe.
Okay, so he might.
But like you said, the AFC West
card.
is really nice. They
AFC
might take
East
that.
and West, and then the North. All of those divisions got harder. It's not. It's just not.
Maybe the Broncos will even get that third spot.
I know. I think the Broncos are going to be higher than a wild card.
Should be higher in their.
Yeah, I think the Broncos are going to be higher than a wild card.
So you think they're going to overtake?
You did call it a wash.
You think they're going to overtake the Chiefs?
The Broncos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the division?
Yeah.
Their defense got better too, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Their defense got better too.
We'll have
bro,
those,
with a guy like Russell Wilson at the helm,
we'll have those.
If you add Russell Wilson and still improve your defense, bro.
Because
their defense is already really good.
Because we even said it, bro. They look he said it. They look shaky without Tyrann Mathieu. So they're still without Tyrann Mathieu.
And might not get him back.
And then Russell Wilson has just went to a rejuvenated Broncos team.
We will talk about division winners and what we like before the start of the NFL season.
Yeah,
This is a great podcast. This is a great conversation. But let's get on to the next one, or else this will be definitely more than an hour. Bruce Arians. Oh, go ahead. Bring it in, Steven. This is something that you're very passionate about. We've spoken about it in the quick hits, and you had a lot to say.
Opinion.
And it was actually
it's
spot
new to
on.
me.
It was just spot on what you were saying.
Now I hear what you're saying, but please go ahead.
Yeah, I feel it. Okay, so the Buccaneers have recently announced that Bruce Arians' elevation to the front office, while also making Bucs defensive coordinator Todd Bowles his successor. This step marks progress in the right direction for minority coaches against the Rooney Rule, and it also gives the rare occurrence of a black minority or head coach getting a second chance to be a head coach in the NFL, because not too many of them have gotten
Who wrote
that,
this
bro.
script?
It's crazy.
My dog Steven got that one.
Oh, you wrote this part?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I was just like, man.
Dick.
Yeah.
I should have said I wrote it and see what that motherfucker had to say. And then
I'd
and then
have
Steven's
been
gonna
like,
say,
like, yo, nice choice of words, dog, but shit. Okay. No, it's the
nah,
truth.
I'm being
Yeah.
straight up
It's
with
the
it, bro.
truth.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
It's fucking ridiculous. But carry on.
Hey, can I say one thing about what you just said right
Yeah,
now?
go ahead, bro.
So Bruce Arians, he retires, right, in a way, and he's going
Yeah.
to an executive level, like you just said.
Yeah.
He was a main guy that provided that gateway for women to become not only coaches in the league, but he also provided, or he was one of the first coach, or the first coach ever to have a defensive and offensive coordinator that were black coaches as they want a championship.
So
Yeah.
sad,
So
bro.
he is a very activism when it comes to the NFL.
Even like the stuff he's doing now, they're even extending the Rooney Rule to add women, and they're supposed to even interview women for job interviews, like all that, bro. Like
To
That's
give
great,
a
but
word
that's
for word
so
from this
sad.
article I read, a new rule in the
True.
NFL that all teams are required to hire. This is from last week. Are required to hire a person of color or a woman into an offensive assistant role. Right now, there are 5 full-time female coaches. And then again, like I said about him having an offensive and defensive coordinator who were black, and they won a fucking Super Bowl. So yes, black people are smart, and they're not just fucking athletes. Pieces of shit out there, dude. Oh, this guy's great because of his athleticism. He does not read no damn books.
Hey, shout out to this guy, bro. Shout out to my fucking guy,
I learned
bro.
that in sports media, dog. It's real. If watch a fucking game.
No, that shit is
the
real. but-
announcer,
and-
black or white, will always describe black athletes as just athletes.
Yeah.
They're never smart.
Yeah.
yeah,
Look at his arms. Look at how big this guy. Oh, baby. Dude,
especially
They're-
in basketball.
like
yeah.
Cam
Oh
Newton,
my god, it's
smart.
It's
Yeah, they
They only talk about the best
I
people.
agree.
Oh, IQ and shit. Stop it, man. we need to describe them different way. But bring in this this question, my guy.
So, first question: what impact does this have for black and minority head coaches moving forward? How do you guys think this will set things up?
Gifton, I had
You
a little
think
bit to
there'd be
say.
Any
Yeah.
improvement?
I think it definitely sets a tone in the way that the league is progressing so far. I feel like more teams are. Fuck it, I'm gonna just say it. I
Yeah,
feel
bro,
like more
say
teams
how
are.
you feel, bro.
I
Say how
feel
you
like
feel.
I feel like more teams are gonna be forced to hire black people and women coming into their organizations and their leagues because of the Rooney Rule.
Mm-hmm.
It just sucks that because somebody is black or a woman, that they automatically kind of like get disqualified for the job. And it's even like with the NBA now, like, bro, the NBA is full of black, white, Mexican, Hispanic, Czechoslovakian,
All the
Slovenian,
European people.
all
you
the
know?
look at how
there's not
how
this issue
diverse the
with
NBA is,
coaching.
and then look at how the NFL is when it's just white on white on white.
Even the Dolphins head coach, they had to mention that he was half black.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
that's
waiting.
weird.
I was
Come
waiting
on, bro.
because for the longest time I was like, "What is
That-
he
that's
actually?"
weird.
I've never
Even-
heard what he was identifying.
But
even-
he was like, I'm a head coach. Like they like he didn't want them to get that praise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's just ridiculous.
It's kind of like he's dismissing being a black dude.
Well,
Yeah.
no,
kind of.
I would say more of like
Well,
He's dismissing
I don't
it.
think they wanted to use him as the token. That's what I felt like he was saying.
hate to
Maybe.
say it, they kind of all are.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like that's.
I
what,
mean, I
that's what
guess
message
because his
was.
appearance too, bro. Like
Yeah, because he doesn't look
he
black.
doesn't look like a black dude.
I
at
no,
all. He does not.
I feel it, but it's just like it sucks that there's a fucking rule put in place that you have to hire somebody black
Yeah.
and a female.
I
That's
agree.
crazy.
I agree.
Like, dog, no matter black, white, purple, yellow, magenta, if they know they're talking about, come on the team, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it just sucks to see shit like that. But I mean, the league is progressing forcefully, but
Yeah.
progressing. There's definitely gonna be more than just fucking Mike Tomlin in the NFL.
It needs to be.
It needs to be more than
needs to
Mike
be.
Tomlin than just in the NFL.
Shout out to Houston Texans for actually hiring a black man, but we'll see what
shout
y'all
out
do with
shout
him.
out to the Texans. Hopefully, bro has a good
Yeah,
season
we'll see what they do.
because
with him.
they be trying
They
to
just
get rid of
chopped another black man off.
exactly. They be trying to
Yeah,
chop him
David
off
Culley.
after they be trying to chop off everybody after a season. I hate to say that it's I said this 3 times. I hate to say that it's forcefully moving this way, but I'm not gonna want to say what I really want to say, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there in time.
Listen.
We'll get there.
I think it's definitely a good work. I think that Bruce Arians is a really good person in that type of aspect to really get the chance and really open these doors. It was never really said out there and really emphasized. He just did it just because, and he had to go through a lot of people to get females hired on an NFL squad. So he was able to do that on the Cardinals. He was able to do that on the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
And it's definitely changing and bringing eyes onto it and saying, hey, this can legitimately happen, and you can win fucking championships with it.
Yeah.
But you have another question based
Yeah.
off of this, though, too.
Well.
Steven, go ahead and bring in the next one.
Mm-hmm.
These are two
Well-
quick follow-up questions, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. Yeah. So we were saying Bruce Arians. I also want to say something about the Bucks right here before I ask these questions, because the Bucks were actually able to overstep the Rooney Rule with moving Todd Bowles up in this hiring too. Basically, by March 1st, there's pretty much some in the NFL rules to where whoever's on the staff by March 1st, that's pretty much like the final staff. So if you don't, so basically an opening, they can promote in-house
Mm-hmm.
after March 1st. So they pretty much waited it out and did it, and like they went according to that boundary. So like they didn't have to open up and interview a bunch of candidates. They didn't have to announce to the league, "Hey, we're doing this," and then Todd Bowles was able to just take the keys.
I
you feel
I
me?
guess
That's
the
good.
question I have for that is, do you think that's a good thing or do you think that's a bad thing?
In this
It's a combination of
situation,
both.
it was in the situation for the outcome. I'm okay with it.
I like
I'll
that.
put it that way.
Let me ask you this question: will Bowles be able to get the Bucks back to the Super Bowl?
Well, I believe Todd Bowles can at least get him to the NFC Championship, bro. Because
With Brady, you have to, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, he still has Brady. OC is still the same. Well, I mean, realistically, like, this is gonna show us how much of a difference Bruce Arians was. This is gonna show us whether last year Bruce Arians was either being loosey goosey or if they just didn't, or they just lost. You know.
Can I just say one thing? Me watching the Rams game last year in the playoffs, it felt like Bruce Arians, pedal to the metal, brought them back into that game, especially with those couple down in the field targets with Mike Evans. So we'll see. It's be interesting to see how
Yeah.
conservative or how much of a Brady game plan it is, or even just how much of a Byron Leftwich plan it is when it comes to the game plan. You know,
Yeah.
definitely a guy who's very bright and has a lot of tools at his hand. So it's
Yeah.
going to be really interesting to see. Gittin, do I think they get back to the Super Bowl? I got my Rams, baby. No. How about you?
Thomas Jefferson Brady.
Boy, you said that name's terrible and it's wrong.
Whatever.
But go ahead.
Jefferson Brady.
Thomas go
Edwards. I don't give a fuck. Is going for
Sounds like
a
you don't.
Yeah.
8.
8.
And then
8
last
of
one,
them.
do you think Brady's retirement had anything to do with the coaching
Yeah,
change?
yeah, that's the main question. Do you think?
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that's the real question for me, bro. What do you think Brady's
I'm
retirement had to do with
I'm going to
this?
say, yeah, because Tom didn't come out of retirement for no reason. Tom could have sat back on the sidelines and just chilled at 7 and not said nothing about it. But my guess would be Tom believes in Todd Bowles to like, you know what, fuck it, I'm coming back for another season and we got to get it done.
Yeah.
Or he really just got tired of Giselle and the kids. But I honestly feel like, damn, that wasn't funny. No, all right. But I honestly feel like with Todd Bowles as the head coach and Tom Brady playing, Todd Bowles is the reason why Tom Brady's coming back for another season.
I think Tom Brady came back. When Tom Brady came back, he was like, I have you guys hostage, or I can just retire again. He's bluffing, of course, but the Bucks held their cards up, and they were just like, all right, I'm going to fold and give you whatever you want. They gave him whatever he wanted, and Bruce Arians was under the ropes, very gently elevated into a position without his will. And, yeah, that's how it is right now. They say that they're always good, but hey, it doesn't mean that, and I heard this from the Dan Patrick Show, I can work with somebody and I can love them as a person, doesn't mean I like to work with them. And apparently Bruce Arians, it wasn't even
That's
at the
what
team meetings,
let
at the
you know,
team practices and stuff. He would just kind of come in and be the head guy.
The
And
president.
hey, let me tell you this much.
Listen.
It
That
kind
was
of
a
worked.
bar.
It kind of worked.
Oh,
but
my
Steven,
goodness.
you asked this question. You put it in here. Go ahead and answer it, my guy.
Yeah, bro. I'm going to definitely say Brady definitely is behind this. I'm not saying he's... Look, bro, I'm put it this way. Brady's first game with the Buccaneers, Bruce Arians killed him in front of the media.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick, over 20 years, if he ever has, you can count how many times that's happened. And it's not like at least publicly, I should say, bro.
Once, maybe twice.
I don't even
And
think.
he drafted Tom Brady. This
Right.
man, Bruce Arians, bro, we just started kicking it this summer.
Yeah.
And you saying, oh, Tom effed this one up.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to Bruce Arians though for being one of the OGs on the
Yeah.
field and keeping it G. Unlike Bill Belichick, because they had such a family ties between one another. Unlike Bruce Arians, when like, this is just my quarterback.
See,
Yeah.
That's
no. Yeah. Oh, no. Bill Belichick was not treating the man like family. If he was, Tom would still be a Patriot.
There was family ties though.
Robert Kraft was the family man, not Bill Belichick.
Okay, yeah.
I'll put it that
Got
way.
me there.
That would be Robert Kraft making it the family.
He's a much
Because
lower,
Bill Belichick will cut it, man.
a much lower key and knows his position type of Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and wrap that part up, especially with the time that we do have. Let's make this quick segment pretty easy and wrap up episode 70 here with the blue pill, red pill power rankings.
Oh shit, we
I'll
got another one.
go ahead and speak about this. Going a little quick here. I got inspired watching the new Matrix. Blue pill
You
meant
said that joke already.
Yeah, I know. That's what but I'm
Maybe it's not a joke.
At least it's a joke that somebody laughed at you. Fucking. Never mind. So, blue pill meaning go ahead, take the blue pill. You go back into what is fantasy, or you could take the red pill and stay and grind and live in the real world and get to where you want to be. So I call it kind of like a red chip, blue chip type of team. So red pill means that they're more grindy type of players. Word to gift man. And blue chip is more of first overall picks,
Gritty,
MVPs,
grindy.
well-decorated type of players. The first one ever, I had the Suns, Warriors, and Bucks as the blue teams. Red teams were Heat, Grizzlies, Cavaliers in that order. Let's get on to the new, and I'll go ahead and put it up like a little flash as a little edit right there. Let's get into the new rankings. For the first one on the blue pills teams, I got the Bucks. I exchanged them. They were on number 3. Now they're at number 1. Those guys just have all decorated players. They look solid. They look like they are the head people overall, or just a head team overall. And they're followed up by the second team here, Suns. They're at the number 1 spot. They lost Chris Paul. I think they kind of lost a little bit there, even though the record says differently. I definitely think that the Bucks can overtake them just because Giannis is an unstoppable force. One that I think that can overtake Devin Booker, Chris Paul, anything in a 7-game series. It's already been proven beforehand. I got them at number 2, though. And then number 3, it used to be the Warriors at number 2. They are out of the power rankings because of Steph Curry's injury. We'll see where he is at in the playoffs. The Celtics are at number 3, baby. They've been hot. We've been on them since the beginning. How they're underperforming.
You've been on them.
We have, dog. You were on them too. You want me to go back? Because I've been on them when they're great now.
I swear
Because they have underperformed. You want, bro, go back.
I swear we might have been on it, but I've always said, I don't care what the Celtics do regular season. I want to see them in playoffs.
And they didn't do well in the playoffs last year.
Exactly.
What do you mean? Okay, never mind.
I don't care.
This
bro.
guy
He needs to see this year's playoffs, pretty much, bro. There is no flip.
Well, they're gonna do well.
Thank you, Steven.
They're gonna do well.
Jesus Christ.
Wait for the playoffs.
In the red pill side, I had at first the Heat, the Grizzlies, and the Cavaliers. I said that already. This one, I have the Heat still at number 1, baby. I wasn't wrong a month ago, and I'm not wrong now. The Heat are still at number 1. The most gritty team, the most grinding team.
I disagree.
You disagree? We'll get to how you guys disagree or agree with these. Number 2, I got the Grizzlies.
That's
the Grizzlies,
number 1.
again, they still have the same
1.
type of grit, the grind, like you were kind of mentioning with their star player out. They were able to perform. My Heat, with the star players out, were still performing. Once they got them back, we went on a 4-game losing streak, so it's a little bit different. But we're still in the 1 seed. The Grizzlies are in the 2 seed. And then my number 3, I picked the Raptors in the matchup. I got the Raptors being the 3rd gritty, grindy team, one that doesn't have any real star players, but will get the job done against any other team, and you'll be surprised that they can be an underdog and win the game. For the first one, of course, with the blue pill, let's get your guys' little opinions on it. Bucks, Suns, Celtics. We were kind of already speaking about it. Gifton, go ahead and finish your thoughts about that list.
I like the Buns. I like the Buns.
He's not lying. He's not lying.
I like the Bucks. I like the Suns. I don't really care for the Celtics, man. Every year I'm always saying it doesn't matter what the Celtics do in regular season.
Who'd you replace them with?
Who would I on the East? Or
In
just
general.
in general?
It's
a
a blue chip team, one that has decorated players, first overall picks, top 5 picks.
Just
Another team that's well decorated.
just-
Do you think it's the
yeah.
Warriors? Maybe
The
that's a good
Mavericks?
one. Mavericks, that could be a good one. They
Definitely
have
the
Luka.
Mavericks, yeah. Probably it'd have to be the Mavericks.
Yeah.
Because it's just it doesn't matter. Jason Tatum looks great. Jaylen Brown looks
And the
great.
Mavericks beat them.
But the Mavericks beat them. And you're trying to convince me that Jason Tatum is going to last longer in the playoffs than Luka? Come on.
I mean, I think that's a really good point, and you can go one way or another. I still got the Celtics in that. Maybe they beat them in one game, but I see a 7-game series. I think Robert Williams is a big loss still.
Facts.
But
Facts.
we'll see how that goes. I did not take that into account once I was making that prediction. So maybe the Mavs you have changed my mind just a little bit, but I'm still going to rock with my list for now. Steven, you got anything to say about the blue pill side? Bucks, Suns, Celtics.
I mean, yeah, just the Celtics. That's the only one.
Did you replace them with the same team, or?
I mean,
Yeah, another team in mind.
I'm kind of even thinking Nuggets over them, bro. Like, yeah.
Oh, with those 2 stars coming back in the playoffs, maybe they can do a lot more. Both of those guys, I definitely think are more of stars in the league, something that they can really put out a lot. For the red side, Heat, Grizzlies, Raptors. Let's start with Steven this side. Got the grunt to the last one. What do you got on this one? Do you agree, disagree?
Yeah, I'm sorry. The Heat should be under the Grizzlies, bro. Like you said, gritty and grinding, and we've been saying they're 20-2. They keep winning these games without John Morant.
Mm-hmm.
So how are they second?
And
they have a better record than the Heat.
I would agree on both of those. I would say that my guys, when they were gone too, that we were still performing. It was just that 4-game losing streak that really sucked on that aspect. But if I had to have these guys in a 7-game series with the Grizzlies, I think my team has a lot more experience. They've been there, and they can really put out against the. You don't know how John Morant's going to come back. I hope he comes back well. But my team is in full force right now, and we're winning a lot on the road. And I also didn't pick the Grizzlies against somebody earlier today. Who are the Grizzlies playing again?
The Jazz.
The Jazz.
Yeah,
I picked the Jazz. So you guys picked the Grizzlies though, and that's a good pick, of course. Gifton, what do you have to say about the red? Is that the? I'm sorry, did I?
Well, like I said,
Because I had the Raptors
they
at 30.
still have a better record than your Heat. So can like
Just switch those.
Yeah.
Do you agree with the third one though, the Raptors, or do you have somebody else that's more gritty, grindy?
They can have their shine.
They have their shine. How about you, Gift man?
Yeah, because I would agree though. The Grizzlies are definitely first, then the Heat, and then the Raptors. Only reason why I'm not saying 76ers is because the 76ers are always up and down.
Ooh, you can put the 76ers in the
think
blue
they're
chip.
too.
I-
Yeah, they're not red chip to me.
They need to be a red chip though. That's the
They have,
problem.
they have a
They're not
number one
that.
overall pick, and they have an MVP in James Harden. So that like they're well
That
decorated.
Pretty much.
So they're more of a blue chip side.
Blue
Okay,
chip
that's what you're going
automatically,
for.
bro. Yeah.
Okay, but they need to play like a red chip. Is what
They
I-
play like a red chip, or they need to play
They
like a red
need
chip,
to-
but they're
they-
trying to play like a blue
They need
chip.
need to
every
play like a
game.
red chip, but they're a blue chip.
I think you're onto something where they need to play like a red chip
Yeah.
team, but they're trying to act like a blue chip team when James Harden is calling off Joel Embiid to give him ISO on a big man so that they can finish and he could close out the game, even though he hasn't been performing throughout the whole game, and Joel Embiid has. And I've been watching a lot of games at the end where they ended up like that, and it's stupid.
I don't.
Give it to Joel at the end of the games.
Harden's not gonna do it, bro. I'm sorry.
I don't think.
Remember
he
what
is
we
either.
said? It's either he gets to the conference championship or the
Nah, he
finals, or
gets
he
to the
or he's
finals.
getting rammed by those
I don't
fans.
see it happening.
Get
Not
them-
if he keeps, because like he's coming in. He's a new guy. Yes, James, you're a good player, but Joel is still the best player of the team.
and the league,
Even with
almost
you
the league
coming
right
in,
now.
even with you coming in, he's still the best player on the team, and you're overstepping.
Gifting those any
overstepping.
last words on the red pill side?
I agree with the red pill. Just Memphis needs to be moved up. That's about it.
That's
but
about it.
Raptors, yeah, for sure. I'll take that. That's acceptable.
And that marks the end of episode 70. We definitely appreciate everybody who has tuned in for the full hour and what? Gifting?
11 minutes.
Hour
Out here.
and
Hour
11 minutes. We're
Yeah.
definitely out here saying a lot of stuff, doing a lot of stuff. This is definitely Sports U Podcast, episode 70 in the books. Gifton, bring us out.
Yes, sir. And as always, claps.
Sorry, it's a little
Shout
long.
out Big
It's a little
Stevie
long.
in the cut.
Thanks for
And
calling
as
that out again,
always,
brother.
if you like this video, go ahead and shout out that like button. Bust down those comments. Shout out to the new subscribers. Shout out to the new IG followers. And as always, support the you.
Y'all have a good night, everybody.